Hi, I'm Grace Vernon and I manage our global trends team at Boots and No7 Beauty Company. And today I'm joined by Jo Thorley-Mitchell and Jenna Ward to discuss how consumers are simultaneously seeking both luxury and value in their shopping baskets. We're increasingly seeing shoppers blend products from luxury and value, emulating the notion that we see in fashion like a capsule wardrobe, having those premium, well-loved staples and pairing this with value-based products. We see this coming through a lot in beauty with the rise in premium brands, but also a rise in dupes and an expanding value proposition. So let's get going. Jenna, Jo, do you want to introduce yourselves?
Thanks, Grace. I'm Jenna Ward and I head up our gift transformation and strategic brand partnership teams.
And hey, I'm Jo Thorley-Mitchell and I'm the director on Boots brand.
Amazing, thank you. Well, let's get started. So, as I said at the start, we're seeing more around this kind of capsule wardrobe where people are really kind of realising the value of both premium and value products. Can you tell us a bit more about that?
Yeah, definitely. So I think really as a customer, there's never been a more exciting time to shop beauty. I think if we go back 10, 20 years, people would have gone to one beauty counter to get their whole makeup bag from there, and you would have come away with one brand and one take on what beauty is and the looks that they offered. And I think now the kind of mix and match approach, we see people shopping across the Boots store for different beauty, and I think depending on what people really value, so for me I really want a good foundation because I'm worried about my complexion and therefore I'll probably splurge more on that, but something like a lipstick, I'm really happy to try the latest colour from a much cheaper brand and have something that feels lower risk for me and lower involvement. So I think we're seeing that trend all over with people mix and matching from different brands.
And we've talked a lot through all of the trends about social media really kind of fueling these changes in beauty that we're seeing.
Yes.
Do you think that's kind of helping to push this trend further with, you know, cult premium products saying they're really worth the money versus the dupes that we're seeing coming through as a big trend?
Absolutely, and I think the brilliant thing about social is like we all use it, like you can see the before and after, you can see comparisons. So I think you can see these cult products that have been around for a really long time, like the efficacy of them is so high, and we know that customers are really happy to spend money on products with great claims, great ingredients, where the colour payoff or whatever it is really works for them. But I think actually the social drive of people finding the latest thing regardless of the price point is so exciting, and I think for all of us that consume so much beauty, I love watching people going into a Boots or a retailer kind of seeing what they're buying, what they've got in the basket when they try it on at home, and I think that is so compelling as content for people.
So within high-low beauty, one of the things we're seeing is this growth in the premium beauty sector. So can you tell us a bit more about that?
Yeah, so there's so much happening in that space, which is really exciting. So we've got loads of new brands launching. So people will have seen things like Prada Beauty, Galan, all of those brands. But we've also had other things that have been super exciting. So our beauty boxes, people's searches for beauty boxes are growing phenomenally, as are the sales. And that is all about people being able to sample a selection of products from across the market. So sometimes it can be hair care and skin, sometimes it'll be cosmetics, but that box full of things for them to test and enjoy is really resonating, and people are really on the lookout for those at really great prices.
And it's great because that really does tap into the high-low beauty trend as well.
It absolutely does, and I think sometimes, you know, some of these products, like we launched the professional hair care category just over a year ago at Boots, and actually some of the oils will be £50 plus, so if you can test something and know you love it, actually it's great to then go in and repurchase it, whereas some of those products, they do feel like quite a splurge if you haven't had chance to test them before. And I think that's really where our beauty crew are great as well. So we've got over 1,200 of those now, and they can help you across the store, whatever the price point, to really test some of those products. So we tend to see them working more in the premium beauty space for that reason, that people need a bit more help navigating those brands and testing the products. But I think lots of exciting things in that space and tons of growth.
People just want to spend their money wisely, don't they?
They do, and I think it's a bit the magpie effect, isn't it? You know, like the packaging's beautiful, the environment's beautiful, everyone's talking about it, the social hype behind some of these products. Like, it all kind of feeds into that excitement and buzz of spending your hard-earned cash.
And I think even culturally, we've seen this change, haven't we, of people, not thinking that low price means low quality.
Yeah.
And that's definitely the case within kind of Boots' own brand, isn't it, Joe? So how have you seen this kind of value perception shift for us?
It's been pretty big. So sales of budget beauty at Boots are booming. For us in Boots brand, we sold one skincare product every 2 seconds in the last year, which is kind of insane.
That's insane.
But the nice thing about it is, whether it's our brand or just other affordable brands out there, it's a nice way to be able to just experiment and try new things. It feels lower risk at a budget price point. That is something we think about a lot, though. We think it comes with a heightened responsibility for us to still make stuff well. Affordable can quickly feel cheap if it's not made so well. So just to give you one example, we've got a product that's flying at the minute, our Boots Ingredients Deep Moisture Spray. We wanted a really affordable way for people to get their hands on hypochlorous acid, which is obviously, as you know, been a pretty buzzy ingredient driven by TikTok in recent months. But we've seen, when we look at the reviews and what people are saying about those products, where they complain about it, it's that they find it a bit harsh or a bit too drying. So we wanted to formulate a really good level of hypochlorous acid with other ingredients that are anti-inflammatory, hydration boosting. And so we've got something that's out there that is super affordable at only £5, but we think it delivers responsibly. We certainly take that responsibility to make affordable stuff really well, kind of pretty important in our brand.
And I think, you mentioned at the start around, creating really great quality products, but that really opens us up to more around accessibility, doesn't it? Because I think in the past you might see a trend that's big on social media or that everybody's talking about, and it's quite a hefty price tag to pay into. But I think this kind of high-low beauty is giving the customer the choice, isn't it?
Totally, yeah. There are so many examples that bring that to life. This has kind of been the year of lip for us. It feels like whatever lip product that we launch, it's flying off the shelves. We launched last summer a glossy lip product. There are more expensive kind of variants of peptide lip treatments and tinted lip products out there, and a lot of people are paying for those brands. But for people that just want a pocket money kind of pick me up, it's been really successful, and that's a line that's consistently, since we launched it, been in our top sellers, not just for Boots brand, but for total business. And what's quite nice, actually, is people have come in and they've bought the cherry one, but they've liked it, and then they've tried the mint one or the coconut one. So it seems to be one that they come back to time and time again. And then in January, we launched our version of a lip sleep mask, which has been hugely successful, so much so that we've really struggled to keep it on shelf. So that's right now pretty much out of stock in any store you go into, but we're working pretty quickly to try and rectify that scene. Yeah,
it just shows kind of the impact of going viral, doesn't it? Because that definitely was a product that you couldn't move from on social media. It was everywhere. And I think that's what we're really seeing coming through is, virality and trends is fueling this. So do you think this high-low beauty is a trend that's here to stay?
I think so. I've talked to you about it in skincare, and I guess skincare is one of the areas that gets the most airtime, but we're seeing that right across our portfolio. In cosmetics, we've got a brand 17 that I think the people that give 17 a go, it's a brand that they are surprised at how good the formulations are for the money that they're paying. I have many a 17
product in my makeup bag.
Yeah, it's a proper cult favourite for people. They really, really love it. We've got a cream blush at the minute that is another one that we're struggling to keep on shelves because it's something that's gone on TikTok and it's flying for us. There's loads of examples of that in cosmetics. But even going outside of kind of core beauty, ingestible beauty, marine collagen gummies have been an example of a product that we've seen more expensive brands doing it, and yet we've been able to do something that's much more affordable, and it's brought new customers into that market that might not have tried a collagen supplement before. And even traditional supplement space, this has been a year of magnesium. People are tired, run down, they're learning more and more about wellness, and some of those ingredients are surging. And I think it's important for us to just make it affordable to know what you need. The fact you can pop into a Boots and do a deficiency test and find out whether you're lacking in Vit D or you're lacking in iron, and you can not only do the test, but then buy a really well formulated product at an effective level for under a tenner is pretty cool. And that's before 3 for 2 and before save 10% with your ad card on all Boots brands. So it really is a big time to do this kind of high-low beauty. It's going to keep going.
And there's a real kind of flurry of brands at the minute entering the space, isn't there? Both from a really premium, you know, we recently launched many brands in the premium space, like Laneige taps into this premium consumer, all the way down to your more kind of value, e.l.f., Makeup Revolution. And we've talked in one of our other trends of URL to IRL around K-beauty. And K-beauty, again, is a really accessible trend, isn't it? It's really easy to buy into. You know, everyone should be able to access really healthy, glowing skin. So is there anything else you'd add before we close on the trend of high-low beauty?
I think the only thing I'd add for Boots is, like, we've had a phenomenal couple of years on launching new brands, and I think for everything that people would say is a sensible buy, like it's low price, it's great value, all those things, I think there's a lot of us that buy beauty that just really love premium brands. And I think Boots is a destination now. We've got things like Prada Beauty, like you mentioned Guerlain earlier. I just think there's so many amazing brands coming in at all price points. But I think what we don't anticipate is that people will only ever buy like sensible products that are lower price. I think that mix of the two, like the desirability of those premium brands and the reviews and all of those things that make them so desirable will always be there, won't it?
And it's, again, it's that accessibility, isn't it? Accessing brands at all levels, being able to test and play with them in store and make the choice that's right for you. And I think that's what's great with our advisors as well. You know, our advisors are brand agnostic. They can take you around the whole store and say, if you want to pay, you know, spend 50p to £500, we've got the offering between all of that, which is fab.
And like things how to do, like your perfect brow, it could be a couple of products, and one might be from Benefit at £20 plus, and one might be a 17 one. I think that sweet spot that we have, I think, feels really special.
Definitely. Fab. Well, that's all we've got time for today, but thank you so much to all of you for joining and to our fantastic panel. We've got tons more coming in this space, so kind of do keep an eye out. So thank you for watching. We have even more trends to discover, so head over to the playlist Boots Beauty Trends for more content like this, and subscribe to the Boots YouTube channel as well. Fab, thanks very much.